welcome. This is Whole and Beautiful. I am Angela Oliphant, your host, and I am so glad that you all have joined me for another night of information, revelation, and change. It is another phenomenal night. And we're going to do just that tonight. I'm going to just share some things with you. No, I don't have a guest on with me tonight, but I have some things that I would like to share with you, some things I would like to talk to you about. And before I get into all of that, I want you all to remember that whole and beautiful at gmail.com is where you can send those comments, where you can send those show requests, people you want to see on the show, people that you may want to see about their lives, because that's what I'm all into. I love to talk to people and just see how their lives go, because they're interesting to me. And I love to find out their background, where they are now, where they're going, and to let you know that you can do it too. And you don't have to be like this big person out here that everybody knows your name. It's just that, you are important in the area where you are, with the influence that you have. And I think every life is important. And I want to talk to you about yours. So if you would like to be on the show, send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com, and I will get with you and we can get you here on the show and talk to you about your life and the different things that are going on with you. Also, I'm just talking to like different people, and I'm setting up some different shows with some different people that I have talked to, and I'm looking forward to being with them. So look forward to those shows coming. They are in the works now, and once we get everything finalized, and I know that they're actually coming, then we will talk to them. What you're thinking. You can comment, you can like, you can share. If you comment on this broadcast, then I see you and I know that you're out there. If you don't comment, I don't know that you're out there, but I do know you're out there, but I don't know who you are. Put it that way. But I am so glad for everyone who has joined me on tonight. And I count it a privilege and an honor that you would even sit down and listen to what I have to say, that you would allow me on your computer screen, or that you would allow me on your TV screen, or even in your car, your vehicle while you're driving. That is a privilege for me to know that you are listening. And my prayer is that you get something out of each show that I do, because each show is just a little bit different. Not every show is exactly the same. Sometimes I'll have a guest on here. Sometimes I will not have a guest on here. It's a matter of what's going on. So tonight, like I said, I do not have a guest that's coming on, but I did want to talk about some things that I have been thinking about. Maybe like for the past few weeks, it's just been just circling around in my brain. And I was like, I'm going to ask the people, I'm going to see what they think about what I'm thinking about. If you can understand it, what y'all think about what I'm thinking about, because sometimes we think that we're the only one. We think that we're the only one that think the way that we think. We think that we're the only one that has that thought. And I can almost guarantee you that somebody else has a thought similar to that, if not the exact same thought. So my thought tonight, and that I want to share with you all, and that I want to talk to you about, is this. We look at the times. The times people have times that people have changed. Like over time, you see change. And I was like, well, people have changed, and times are not like they used to be, and I'm going through all my, things of saying, everything has changed. And what I'm realizing is that it really has not changed. We have, better technology. We may have better, homes now or something. I think homes built back in the day are better than homes that are now. Yeah, they were built better. But when I looked at everything, I was like, it's not so much that that everything has changed around us and everything is just so different. It's just the mindset of the people have changed. People don't think like they used to think. Their perception is different. Their thought life is different. So when you think different, you do things a little bit differently, you know? And because I looked at the basic needs of a human being, just the basic needs. What is it that we need as humans? Just the basic, like in what's that Jungle Book, the bare necessities, the bare necessities of life. We need food, we need water, we need clothing, we need shelter. Food, water, clothing, and shelter. Food, clothing, water, shelter. We need those things. Those are some of the basic needs that we need. We just need those things. And people have taken food, they have taken water, they have made it a profit for themselves. It has become like a profit for them. Our basic needs are profitable to somebody, and it's making somebody a lot of money. When you look at the food, you know, food prices are going up. They go up, and depends on what restaurant you go to. They are sky high if you're going out to go eat. And then there are things that are sky high in the grocery stores. They are being it's profitable for somebody. The water, I would have never thought in my life, telling my age, but I don't care because I love my age. But anyway, I would have never have thought in my life that I would see where people would pay for water. Actually go in the store and buy water. I was like, water was free when I was growing up. Water was free. I mean, you could go and get you some water. It was free. But now people pay for water. And depending on the name that is on that water, they pay more for it because they was like, oh, it tastes better because it's this brand. Really? Okay. And some people say that it tastes a little bit different. Now, I know some waters can be a little bit heavier than some other waters because I've been in some places where I've drunk the water, which was not here in the United States, but I went and I drank and I was like, oh, I can't drink that, you know. So what did I do? I ended up in a store buying water, and something I never thought that I would have to do is buy the water. Clothing, we look at clothing, and simply because it has somebody's name on it, it costs more. That same t-shirt that is sold at another store where you can just get it for like $2-3, maybe $5, you get that t-shirt, but then you can go into another store and it has a name on it, and it's like $30, $40, $50 for a t-shirt. The basic needs, the clothing that we need. Jeans. Back in the day, certain jeans, people wore to school. You had to have those jeans, and it had somebody's name on it. Somebody's name. And people deemed it, worthy to have that person's name on that particular clothing. So I'm going to get that shirt because it has that person's name on it. And that makes me feel like important. I'm like, we need just the basic needs. We need shelter. And y'all know where I'm going with this. Shelter is up extremely high. And it's hard for people to even find somewhere to stay where it's reasonable, where they can make that payment, whether it's a rent payment or whether it's a mortgage payment. They need to be able to make the payment. And it's hard for a lot of people. Even it's not just hard for families, guys. It is hard for single people. It's hard for people with kids and without kids. They're having to get, another job or finding another source of income so that they can just live. so they can go get the food that they need, so they can go get the clothing that they need, so that they can have water, so that they can have shelter. It's like, why are we in this cycle now? Why are we here? What is going on in the minds of people that things are changing like they are, and people are passing the laws and passing the different things, and saying, okay, you know what, it's okay for this food to cost this much. You look at prices like back in the day, and you would think, where you live right now, and if you were paying the amount of rent back in the day, you would have so much more to look at and be like, this is my house. You would be living in a mansion for what you're paying all this money for it, and you're looking at like, why am I paying this much money for this place? Because you got more for what your money was. You got more with your money back in the day. And it's all because I believe, this is Angela. It has nothing to do with, she got this big revelation, It's just me. I just think because people's minds changed. They saw where they could profit on some things, and they figured out a way that they could do it and make it look like, if this is what's happening, guys, so we got to do this. And everybody's in this race trying to get nowhere, and people's mindset, even about the clothing and the way that they dress. Have y'all thought about it? Like back when I was growing up, I'm like 50, I am 53, just turned 53. But when I was growing up and people would dress up to go to church. They would dress up to go to an interview. They would dress up to go to work, depending on what job they had, and they would make sure that everything was like in place, and that they were looking good, and that all this was going on. They wanted to look good for where they were going. And now a lot of people just don't care. They don't even get an iron out and iron the clothes. At least get the wrinkles out, but they don't even do that. They don't want to iron. They don't want to wear like a nice outfit. It's like, oh, I don't want to wear that. Oh, I'm not gonna go, that's just dress, that's overdress. Why not dress up and look nice for like one day out the month, one day, 1 or 2 days out of that month. When you dress up, when you put on that nice dress or that nice suit or that nice outfit, it changes you. It changes your posture. It changes how you think about yourself. It changes about how you look. And I know some people say, well, those clothes are uncomfortable and all that. And I get that. I understand that, because nobody want to walk around in heels every single day, all day long. I don't. And really, I can't, not anymore. But some days we should just say, you know what? I wonder what it's like to be in a nice suit, a nice dress. Dress yourself and look different. I not ran into, but a guy came into the place where we work, and he was dressed. He had on his suit with his tie. He had a button-up shirt and all of that. And everybody began to whisper and talk. Oh, he's dressed real nice, and oh, he looks real good in that. I wonder what he does. So they're trying to figure out where this young man worked. What is it that he does? And somebody asked him. They were like, "Where do you work at? You look really nice. Where do you work?" And he said, "I work in the call center." And they was like, "What call center?" And he was like, "The call center here. I work in the call center." And they was like, "Why are you dressed like that?" One person, "Why are you dressed like that? And you work in the call center?" And he told them, he said, "You know what? I was always told to dress for where I want to be, not for where I am." And that is just, that spoke volumes to a lot of people that was in there. It's like he was dressing for where he wanted to be, not for where he was. Because they were like, well, you in the call center, you ain't got to dress up. Ain't nobody gonna see you, and you can wear this or you can wear that. No, he was dressing for what he wanted. He was dressing for being like over the company, for being over the people. He was like, I'm not gonna be sitting in this call center for the rest of my days. This is not what I want. Not saying anything is wrong with the call center, but that's not where he wanted to be. He wanted to be somewhere different. So to change his mindset and the way he was looking at himself, it was like, let me get dressed. Let me go to work and let me be dressed, because this is what I want to do. I want to be able to walk into a place with a suit on and do these different things. And that's the way I see it. We live in a world now where people are not even trying to dress at all. And when they do dress, you like, you missed it. Why? Because your pants are all the way down to your knees and you got a belt on it. Why? Why? Why not wear your pants on your waist? Why not, dress in it? And even when you go out to go shopping, because of the mindset of the people, the majority of the people, that it's like you have to find different places to go in to find clothing, because everything is like really, really short or really, really low cut, and everything's out. That's not everybody. And where you gonna wear that to? And some people wear it wherever they choose. It's like they're out in the grocery stores, or they're out, most of the clothes that I see sometimes is like, man, this must be what they wore in the club, because I never like went to a club, so I don't know. But I'm thinking it's club clothes. But I'm wondering, like, wow, times have changed, where people were like, with my granddad, he taught us, it's like your word, like your word is your bond. When you say something, you stick to what you say. Whatever you say, you need to stay with it, because your name is on the line. And a lot of people don't even see that now. They don't even think, well, why? I can lie to them. I can tell them this, but your name is on the line. But they don't see the value in it. And sometimes we're wondering why people don't see the value in me. I'm valuable. You going on about yourself, but you don't value you. And if you don't value you, nobody else is going to value you. When we were growing up, my grandmother, she was like, you know what, you may not have like the other clothes that other kids have. You may not have the shoes that they have and all this other stuff, but you're going to be clean. You're going to be clean. You are going to be clean. So that was her big thing. You're going to be clean. They may not be able to go out and buy you the most expensive pair of shoes. They may not be able to go out and buy you the most expensive outfit, the one that you really wanted and everybody else was wearing. No, but she made sure you was clean. That says you're gonna make sure that you are not gonna be stinky going out. You're gonna be clean. Your hair gonna be done, and you're gonna be clean. And sometimes we lose the value just in that. We think, because I don't wear this, and you have kids that do that, you have adults that do that, because I don't have this name brand shoe, or because I don't have this name brand coat or designer glasses and all this other. If I don't have it, then it's like people look down on me because I don't have it. It's like, who are you really? Who are you on the inside? That's what really matters to me anyway. It may not matter to other people. Other people may not think like I think, but I want to know who you are to the core of who are you? What are you about? I'm not looking at your clothes and all this other stuff as far as like saying, oh, you got no name brand. Oh, you got to be, this person. No. Now, when I see somebody who is walking around and it's like, why are you walking around? I'm like thinking in my head, why are you walking around like that? Why? What in your mindset would have you wear what you wear. Because it's like we make a choice with what we put on our bodies. Those of us who have a choice. I'm not saying that somebody who doesn't have anything and they're just doing the best that they can with what they got. I understand all of that. Been there, done that. But I'm saying when you're just not caring, because you can look at a person who may not have a whole lot as far as like material things, but the way that they carry themselves, the way that they dress themselves, the way that they carry themselves and walk and talk and do, oh, you know what? In them is this I don't know, it's like they carry this presence with them. And that's a good person, or that's a person that may be struggling. They may be going through some stuff, but girl, you know what? They hook themselves up. And it's a different thing when you have to make do with what you have. Been there, like I said, done that. Where you have to make do with what you have. You may not have the other resources that other people have. You may not have had the contacts that everybody else have. But we always think somebody else has it better. Oh, they got it better. Why can't we look at where we are and say, this is where I am, and what can I do to better where I am right now? What can I do to do something for me right now in the place that I'm in? Not saying that I'm going to stay here. It's not saying that, oh, I'm going to lay back and relax in the place that I'm in. No, but I am going to embrace it and enjoy it while I'm here on the way to where I'm going. I don't want to miss these moments because I'm so concentrating on I'm so much concentrating on what somebody else has, or I got to have this, I got to have that, like, design or whatever. And if I don't have it, then I'm not going to this event. But that event may be an event where you're needed there with that person. There's going to be a person there that God wants you to talk to, or somebody that you need to embrace, somebody you need to share a word with, somebody you need to sit down and talk to because they on the verge of just breaking and they need you there. And you are set on assignment to be there, but because you can't wear the outfit that you want to wear, or because you can't wear the end thing to whatever, then you don't go. And then that person misses out on what would have been a blessing to them, all because you are looking at here, oh, I can't, I'm not going to fit in. That's something that we think here in our minds. That's our own perception. And when we perceive a thing to be this great, this wonderful thing, it is just like people. When you perceive that person to be this great and wonderful person, and you have people who will flock after certain people, and you make them big, you make them great. Why? Because you buy all of their stuff. You're constantly sharing their content. You're constantly buying up everything that you possibly can buy that they come out with, whatever it is. Sometimes people are not even like looking at the product and seeing if I need it. No, they just going out and buying it. Oh, this is so-and-so stuff, and I'm going to buy it up. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to support them. I'm going to do this because... And then they are like, oh, this person is so huge and they're so big. They're the same person that they were before. It's just that you make them big and you make them great because you purchase their stuff, because you're listening to their content, because you're running after them, because you are going in and you are speaking to them and you are talking to them as much as you can through like social media. You are sending your messages, hoping that they get your message. You are, they put stuff in the stores. You are there to, before the store open, you're ready to buy up every single thing. And I am all for supporting people like that and really pushing them. But what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for you? What is your mindset about you? Are you doing this in hopes of what? Are you doing it because you really want to be supportive and you really like them? Then do it. support them, because I would love, we love it when people support us. That's another thing that is a part of what humans need. We need that connection. We need that sense of belonging, We need those relationships. We need those friendships. So we push, and we're pushing these people higher, higher, higher. And we was like, oh, they were like an overnight success, and they was overnight. A lot of people, it's not like an overnight success. A lot of these people been working really hard for years. A lot of them have. They've been working really hard for years, and then you start to see which ones have been working really hard for years, and those who just really popped up and people just jumped on the bandwagon. Because sometimes people would jump on that bandwagon, they just go, 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 and then it fizzles out. But then you see others who people jump on there, and years later it's still going just as strong as it was before. Why? Because there is a depth to them, because they were working and being the person that they are long before you noticed, long before you caught the trend, long before you found out who they were. They knew who they were. And it wasn't about, all the material things. We all have basic human needs that we need, and they're always there. Those are things that I think that we need to concentrate more on, and really making a human connection, because too much is going on now where we are not connecting to each other. We connect to, computer screens. We a lot of people do, church online now, and some people do their business online now. Hello, St. Thomas in Virgin Islands. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm so glad that you are out there and that you're listening. Like I said in the beginning, it's a privilege and an honor that you would stop by and just listen tonight as I'm talking. And sometimes I feel like I'm rambling on tonight, but I'm the point is, we all have the same basic human needs. And are we reaching out to other people? And are we looking at them as being people, as other human beings? Or are we looking at them as being, I can't talk to them because they are this person or they are that person? And we all need each other. If you've listened to me before, you've heard me say this over and over again. We are not islands. We are not by ourselves. We are connected to each other. We need each other. And with us being humans, we need that interaction with other humans. We need that interaction with other people. We need to be able to talk to somebody. We need to be able to share with somebody. Sometimes, yes, we have that time where we want to be alone, and we want to spend that time by ourselves and just sit and just relax, and not have a lot of people around. But at some point, you want that person that you can call up, that you can talk to, or that person you can go out and have a cup of coffee with. It is not going to cost you all the money in the world just to go and say, hey, how are you? When you're passing somebody on the street, hi, how are you? If they speak back, fine. If they don't, it's okay. But make a connection. Recognize them as being a human being. We look at people and we see labels, and we see, oh, she got this type of purse, or he got that type of suit, or did you see those shoes he had on, or that jacket he was wearing, or that is a whatever tie, or that's those cufflinks are by so and so, and we're looking at all of that. But are we looking at the people? Are we looking at the people? Are we recognizing that that's a soul, that is a person who has the same basic human needs that I have? And even though they may be in a spotlight, even though they may be, people may be applauding them, and they may be up here. Hello, Freeport, Bahamas. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am so excited that you all have came in on tonight. what are we doing? Are we really reaching out to people as being people, as being human beings? Or are we like running after them because we think, oh, they're going to be able to give me something, or they're going to be able to do something for me, so that's why I'm going to connect with them? Why not connect with them because they're human beings, and that we all need each other, and we all should love each other, and we all should support one another in everything, in the things that we're doing. I may not be able to reach everybody because everybody has a different flavor. So what my flavor is may not be somebody else's flavor. They may not like the way that I talk. Sometimes people hear certain people's voices and they was like, oh, I can't listen to his voice, or I can't listen to her voice because that really, I just can't, but other people may listen to you and they find out, man, I hear what she's saying, or I hear what he's saying, and that really helps me. So you're out here reaching the people that you can reach. You're out here speaking to the people that you can speak to. But I believe that each human being deserves respect. They deserve respect. They're people, and we should love them as such. We should love each other. We should applaud each other. We should push each other. We should be supportive to one another. And we should realize that whether, I'm out in Hollywood somewhere and my name is whatever, or if I am the lady that you see at the grocery store on Tuesdays, you know, we're all human. We all have the same basic needs. And we can accomplish so much in our lives. But it takes us realizing, you know what? There's no difference between me and this other person. They may have different talents than I have. They may have, different things that they do that I may not do, or maybe I don't even like to do those things. But I have my own skills. I have my own set, of talent within me. So why not work on me? Why not work on the talent that I have in me? I have two sons, and both of them can draw. I'm like, wow. I sit back and look at some of the things that they come up with just within a small amount of time, and they just can sit down and put pencils to paper and come up with all kinds of characters and come up with all kinds and draw. Oh my goodness. I can't do that. Can I doodle a little bit? I can doodle here, doodle there, and maybe come up with something and it'll be recognizable, but not like them. But that doesn't make me less than them. I just have my own skill and my own talents. And I have to discover what those are. And I have to nurture those and build that up on the inside of me and find out, go and study about it so I can bring it out. I may know a little bit about it, but if I go and study that thing out, and some things are just natural talent. It just comes to certain people. I know one young man that plays so many different instruments, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And he hadn't been, in a school where he learned it. He picked it up and just was able to do it. That's inside, that's inbred in him. That has been in him since he was a child. And we have those things that have been there since we were children. And it may not have been the music thing. It may have been something else that you've been overlooking. Go back and look again at yourself. Go back and look again, because you have those talents. You have those gifts on the inside of you. Everybody has something. So go back and look again. It doesn't have to be that you're a singer. It doesn't have to be that you are a person that plays music. It doesn't have to be that you're this great orator, and you speaking to the nations. It can be something simple. It can be something that somebody may be overlooking in their lives. Don't overlook you. Go back and look again. Go see what God-given gifts on the inside of you that you've been overlooking. Remember, it's like we are all human beings and we all have something. There's not one human being on this earth that you can tell me that they don't have anything, that they're not talented at, anything that they don't do. It's something in there. And we may not see it as a talent, or we may not see it as a gift, but it's a gift. I know some people who can clean. Oh my goodness. I wish I could clean the way that they clean. It's not that I'm dirty and that I don't clean up, but they come in and they clean and you're like, oh my goodness, how did what products are you using? You asking them their products and asking them the stuff that they use, and then you get their products and you go in and you clean and you do all these different things, and then you be like, it's still not like the way that they did it. It's like I see some people who make beds and they make their bed and their bed is so beautiful. And I'm like, how did you do that? And then I can make my bed and it's cute, but it's nowhere near. I see people who decorate. They go in and they look and they be like, oh, okay, this needs to go here. This needs to go there. I had somebody come, and it was years ago. I hung a mirror up in my house and I was like, that's something wrong. And I kept looking at it and I was like, I don't know what's wrong. I said, I know the mirror needs to be there. I know I want the mirror there, but I was like, something's wrong or something's missing. And I could not figure it out. And it bothered me. I walked past that thing so many different times. And it bothered me that I did not know what to do. I was like, do I need to add something else? Something I don't understand. I had somebody come over to my house, invited somebody over for dinner. They came over for dinner. It was a group, the whole group, they came over for dinner. We were eating it and everything. And I was saying, you know what, there's something about that mirror. I don't know what to do with that mirror. I'm just talking. And one of the ladies looked at me and she looked at the mirror. She stepped back and she looked again and she said, move it up just a little bit more. It just needs to be moved up just, a little bit more. I said, you sure? She said, yeah. So she helped me. I took it. We moved the mirror. We moved it up where she said, and I stepped back from it. And I was like, oh my God. The whole time, it just needed to go up higher. But I didn't know that. I didn't know it. That's not my gifting. That's not my talent. Can I make something look really nice? Yes, I can. But some people come in and, some people are good with flowers. Some people are good with decor. Some people are good with cleaning. Other people are good, with conversation. They can sit and just bring people into a conversation. They can get people talking, They come in and they get the crowd talking. You got some people who have wealth of information that they can share with you. If you want to know this, go to so-and-so, go to this person over here because they got it. They will be able to share it with you. If you need this, you have the people in your head. Oh, if you need a mechanic, you need to go to this person. If need somebody to work on cars, oh girl, I got you. It's this person over here. That's the person you need to talk to. Why? Because we know that that's their area, that's their talent, that's their gift, that's where they flourish. Some people is cooking. Nobody can cook like them. It's not saying that you can't make a good meal, but we all know that person would be like, oh, girl, if you go to her, because I know somebody right now, I was like, I can make me a sandwich. I really could. I make me a pretty good sandwich and I can go eat my sandwich. But when I go to her house and she says she gonna make, y'all want sandwich? Yes, I want a sandwich. I don't know what she does. I definitely don't have a clue. But every time that sandwich be so good. And she makes, and I was like, I think I do the same thing. Why my sandwiches don't taste like her sandwiches? But we all have that thing. We have those things. We're multi-talented. We are great people. We're human beings. Get to know some people this weekend. Talk to them, people. Talk to them. You know, look at them and see who they are. Don't miss the opportunity to make a friend. Don't miss the opportunity to share with somebody, to let them know I see you. I see you, and you are important to me. I may not know your name, I may not know who you are, but you're important to me. Why? Because you are my fellow human being. We all have the same basic needs. And you know what? I see you. I see you. Sometimes that's all people need is to know that they're seen, that they're loved, that you see them as being human, and that you just don't write them off and pretend like they're not there. It's not about the name brands. It's not about, all this other stuff that we just put so much value on so many different things. Put some value on people again. Put value on your relationships again, your friendships. See people as being valuable. That's all I have for y'all tonight. See yourself as being valuable. See other people as being valuable. There's nothing like having a friend. There's nothing like that human connection. There's nothing like it. You can get your pet and all this other stuff, but nobody can give you what you can receive from another human being. If you truly recognize and see them and know who they are, and you value them like you value yourself. Guys, that's it. I don't have anything else for you tonight, but I am so glad that you stopped in just to hear me talk, just to hear me share my thoughts with you on tonight. Next week, we're going to do it all over again. Next week, Friday at 7 p.m. If you missed any part of this and you say, I want to go back and hear what this lady was talking about, you can listen to that tomorrow at 4 p.m. It'll be a replay and you can re-listen to what was said on tonight. I hope you got something. I hope that something that I shared tonight will minister to your heart, to your soul, will get you to thinking about yourself. And remember, you can send me an email, wholebeautiful@gmail.com. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. And remember that you are valuable, you are important, and so are those around you. See somebody this weekend and let them know you saw them. Okay. Until we meet again, I am Angela D. Oliphant, allowing you to see, hear, and know that whole and beautiful is not just your destination. It is most definitely your journey. Talk to you guys soon. Love you much. Good night.